Hello, I am Baron and today, on June 6, 2023, Blue Mammoth Games revealed the new legend. The 59th legend in Brawlhalla is going to be Red Raptor. Really cool name, and probably some significance in that name. We'll go into that in a little bit. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be going over all of the teasers and all the trailers. Everything's been revealed so far about Red Raptor. At least I'm going to give a lore analysis and predictions, basically, because as of now, the lore has not been revealed, and I have no idea what the lore is. I have not seen it at all, and but I'm going to give you my thoughts and what I think based on all the things that BMG has shown us. Excuse the bit of the emptiness and the bit of a mess behind me. We're moving some things around in the house, so sorry about that. But anyway, let's move on to presentation mode. Here we go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at we're just going to look at the trailer first of all. So here we go. There's some history here. There's stuff going on. There's a few details I'm going to point out in a little bit. Man, that is kind of ridiculous. I love that. I'm gonna get into that more in a little bit, but first, let's look at the first teaser that BMG shared. This was when was this? This was May 18th, several weeks ago. Scarlet and Olgrim next to this kind of like this thing bursting out of a present, and you see somebody new here. Everyone was speculating that this here would be the new legend, and of course we were correct. When I first saw this, I thought that this new person over here was gifting this to Scarlet and Olgrim, but I misread that. I misread the room here. Basically, Scarlet and Olgrim created this and is giving it to the new guy. All right. In fact, and this is confirmed by this is a screenshot of the Terry sidekick from Scarlet and Olgrim's workshop. A new friend has arrived. So I'm assuming here, I mean, the new friend refers to Terry especially, but it could also refer to Red Raptor. Now we know. During DreamHack Dallas, BMG showed this image right here, image of some kind of mech that is just ruined. And everything. Other people have talked about this image before. I'm not going to get too much into it. So it's not surprising that people have been saying the next legend would be inspired by Power Rangers or Gundam or Transformers or whatever. Anything that has to do with mechs or like piloting mechs of some kind, and that sort of thing. And so now let's get into this trailer a little bit more. Actually, let's just do more of a frame by frame kind of thing. I will say too that I've done the same thing for Thea and for other trailers before. I'm not always right, and especially since I don't know anything more than what we're seeing and just my lore knowledge, I could be quite wrong here as well. But let me just share my thoughts here. So first we open with this symbol, this Red Raptor symbol, and we do see this symbol on Red Raptor's suit, right? So this is as far as pronouns go, I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't remember if Red Raptor was confirmed to be he or she. So just to play it safe, I think Red Raptor is he, him, but just to play it safe, I'm going to call Red Raptor they. That's usually what I do. I just kind of use they if I don't know for sure. So anyway, this is the icon that we see on their suit. And so here we go. We have Red Raptor, blazing hot sun and everything, and we see this later on standing up. Something has happened, and we see what kind of situation Red Raptor is in. We see these enormous kaiju-like beasts here. I've seen some people compare this creature on the right hand side to Baron Nashor from League of Legends. Doesn't have the multiple heads, but anyway, yeah, we just have these these titans, these monsters here, and we just have this normal human being here. Uh, and so this doesn't look great. And like these alien creatures, whatever, we're not sure, but they're enormous. And you can see just how dire the situation is. We see ruined mechs. I want to point out the number of ruined mechs we see, because it's not just a random number. And this will come together a little bit more. But you see 1, 2, 3. I believe this is 3 separate mechs here being destroyed in this image here. And we see a 4th one right here as well. So 4 ruined mechs in just this desert area. We see nothing but sand dunes here. Just looking around, that's literally all we see. Just kind of all destroyed and everything. And if we assume that there are pilots in each one of these, each of the pilots probably also died as well. So that's not great. Okay, so here we have our first really good look at Red Raptor. It looks so cool. I love it. I noticed that pointed chin design definitely comes from, I think there's some, isn't that from like, don't you see that in Evangelion or something like that? Or whatever? I've seen that particular pointed chin design come from several different places. But I think it's a cool look. So Red Raptor then kind of like looks over at this shiny helmet here, which... I swear I've seen this helmet somewhere else before. I do not remember where exactly, but I have. I mean, something like I feel like I've seen something like this before, but I just can't remember. It could just be. I'm searching something to show later. It could just be that like something like this has been like. Maybe it's just because it just looks like a Captain Falcon helmet or something like that or whatever, or that there are a couple of Brawlhalla skins that seem to have. I'll point out some Brawlhalla skins that seem to have like take some similar design cues as well, and but anyway, this helmet feels familiar. But if nothing else, this is clearly one of Red Raptor's friends here, right? Like one of their comrades or something. Fallen essentially, or disappeared or whatever, just not there anymore. And yeah, just kind of looking at that, maybe it's maybe just taking a moment to like remember their fallen friend, or maybe take inspiration from it, because we see the next thing that happened. I also just noticed we can't see very well here, but there's a few other things in the sand, maybe just other pieces, just other metal pieces just kind of like out there or something, we're not sure. But here we see mech number 5 that's ruined, and we'll later learn that Red Raptor's mech is named Garuda. But Red Raptor stands up after looking at that helmet and just kind of like looking down at their mech, raising their hands up in the air to make some kind of strike. And I want to point something out here that Blue Mammoth Games. I just want to commend the fact that Blue Mammoth Games does a lot with just a little. So notice there's this frame here, this frame of animation of the 2 fists being raised. Then we have some silence. Then we have just some blackness and silence. And then literally the next frame of animation we see is this strike right here. That does like there's no animation between this and this. Which just showcases, like, first of all, it's a very clever way to have to hide some animation work, but also it increases the physical and emotional impact of what Red Raptor is doing. I just love that. This is not a lore thing, but just boom, just like that. I just love that pause that was given for extra impact, the pause for effect. Anyway, I thought that was cool. But yeah, clearly Red Raptor is digging, has punched through or digging into their mech, and then we just kind of get this. This really cool, I think Akira-inspired shot of Red Raptor on some kind of bike with what I have to assume is Garuda, Red Raptor's mech. And then of course we have new legend coming soon, which the devs have confirmed will be the next patch. I'm not sure when the next patch will be, but Yeah, really cool. And that's pretty much the entire video. Yeah. I'm guessing that, so usually what BMG does is they show like the first half of a trailer to kind of like tease a bit of the legend. And then later they have a more full version later on. And so I'm guessing, like we kind of are on a bit of a cliffhanger here. So I'm guessing that we'll see more of we might be able to hear Red Raptor's voice later on. But also notice that this is the this motorcycle shot here. This is the first time we see Red Raptor's exposed eye, right? Because the entire rest of the trailer, we've seen Red Raptor's right side of their face, but as we will see in Raptor's design, part of the helmet is cracked on the left side, revealing an eye. I think that's really cool. Anyway, so apart from just how really epic this is, I also wanted to point out, and I want to point out again, there's 5 ruined mechs. This helmet right here, it seems familiar to me, but it's definitely one of Red Raptor's friends. And also, just like this setting that they're in seems to be, it reminds me of Titan's End a little bit, or maybe like a Barraza type apocalypse. There's some kind of kaiju apocalypse, something or other happening here. I'm not entirely sure what that would be. My best guess would be if maybe this is finally giving a reason for Titan's End to exist in Brawlhalla lore. I don't know, because there's no reference to Titan's End, that map. Or maybe this is just like, maybe heroes have risen from the apocalypse that Barraza lived in, or something, right? We don't know where this is at all. We don't know what has happened. Maybe something happened against Mecha Assassin Blackstorm. But I'm very interested to see what the situation is exactly. How did Red Raptor get to be in such a state that they're pretty much left on their own and had to take and their mech is out of commission. They had to take desperate measures to rip the core out of Garuda. You might not get that from this trailer, but the reason why I can say that is, so this is a dev stream where Toast and Defensive talk about Red Raptor, right? I'm going to be jumping around here. So they show the trailer, they talk about Red Raptor and everything. Really cool. They talk about some other announcements, like merch and stuff. But here we go. So they show Red Raptor in the game. Looks really awesome, right? But let's see here. At some point they show the weapons. Right, here we go. Squadron Strikers, okay? Red Raptor is part of some kind of squadron, right? And then, here we go. Garuda's core. This is the orb. Boots orb. This, and with the exposed wires and everything, this must... I have to assume, like, everything just points to this being what Red Raptor was getting from their mech, right? Garuda's core. Really cool. And, like, just... Maybe there's something about the core, maybe some, like, magical gems kind of thing going on, some kind of energy. But yeah, really, really love the design. And also the lock-in animation is pretty cool as well. So we see the right side, like, more flawless side of their face. But then when you lock in, then we, where is it? Here we go. So yeah, trying to show that. Okay, yeah, the locking animation doing a kind of like twirl kind of thing, and we see the exposed eye. Yeah, just like that. Really cool. Also, this person looks really tired, or this person has seen some stuff, right? Looking at that, like there's some bags, there's some weariness in there or whatever. Like Red Raptor has seen some stuff, which I mean, obviously they have because we've seen the trailer and we know what's going on there. Anyway, they start to show off the signatures, showing off the boots first.
Very cool.
Not a lot of lore. There's not a lot of lore stuff going on with at least these first couple of boot signatures. The neutral signatures are really cool, like kind of spin kick. The side signature is really cool, just kind of like lifting themselves up Iron Man style with boosters and whatever. I want to call special attention to the boots down signature, however. Let's see, there's a really good view of it. Here we go. All right. So, all right. So first, Red Raptor. So yeah. So first, Red Raptor kind of has this red glint in their eye. They do this kind of kick thing, and as the kick goes around, sorry, I'm pointing at the screen. As the kick goes around, we have different colored starbursts come up. We have a purple one, a light blue one, a white one, and a yellow one. And these starburst things kind of like hit the enemy, right? And then Red Raptor strikes a pose, right? And then like this, yeah, Red Raptor kind of gets into this, yeah, here we go, this pose, and you'll also and then there's some kind of explosion that brings the enemy out. This is a cool little signature. But what's really interesting to me are these figures here. You notice there's 4 different figures that are like coming out. I don't know if it's like the energy or like ghostly energy or like power of friendship kind of thing. I won't let you down. I'm the last one left. Kind of that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. But let's see. Yeah, so we have these 4, and Red Raptor's in the middle. So that's cool. This must be the squadron. And I mentioned 5 mechs that were ruined in the trailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This must be the full. I don't know what the squadron is. The full squadron, basically. There are some interesting details in here, though, that I think is worth mentioning. I'm sure that golden helmet we saw in the trailer belongs to one of these people. I'm not entirely sure who. It might be this one or this one, perhaps. But a fellow lore nerd online pointed out that this pose right here, this person has it. So we see weapons, right? We see normal weapons. This person doesn't seem to have weapons. Maybe they're attacking with boots. We have a blaster here, we have a sword here, we have a spear here. This person is in a kind of like this spear pose, which might not be anything, but I mean, not for nothing, we see Orion take that pose, don't we? In Orion's splash art, and also Orion Prime's locket, like idle animation, is just like that, with the spear pointing up and like one knee kind of pointing up as well in this sort of mid jump. And I mean, Orion's like vision, like eyes kind of thing in his helmet has this sort of blue to it. So I don't know. Maybe, just theorizing here, this might not be true, but possibly, maybe Orion was part of this squadron. And somehow this attack from the kaiju set Orion to another timeline or another dimension or something. That's interesting. Or I mean, these could all just be brand new characters, right? Like, there was a time when I thought, the legend who would end up being Thea, I thought that might have been Hypernia based on certain angles and whatever. But it turned out to be a new character, and that's totally fine. If this is not Orion, it's totally fine. This is a new character. But there's, I think that could be cool. If just a fun little theory until we know otherwise. Also, down here, this sword wielder, there's these little horns coming up from this sword wielder's helmet, and I can't look at this and not think of Hattori, right? Just kind of like demon horns kind of thing, right? That's Hattori's thing, and I'm not sure. I mean, and Isaiah is the one who kind of takes this pose with blasters. While he's in his sort of locking animation, right? Like, sort of thing. I think it's highly improbable that this would be Orion and Hattori and Isaiah and, I don't know, Tezuka or something. I don't feel like that, this is an Occam's razor situation, right? Where, like, there's too many, like, variables, there's too many things going on that would require for these characters to meet. It seems more likely that it's just a simple explanation of these are new characters and these are classic poses with these kinds of weapons. But it's cool to speculate, right? It's always cool to speculate. So yeah, so here we have this. So here we have the squadron. And I'm very interested to see what the lore is like. I will say though too that when I sent a message to Defensive earlier today, kind of saying I'm very excited for the lore and I'm gonna make this a fun analysis video and whatever. Once again, about 20 minutes long. He did mention to me that he's excited for me to come across an aha moment or whatever. and he didn't give any more details than that. I'm not sure what that aha moment could be, but I really look forward to seeing what it is. But yeah, there we go. So this boots down sig, really cool. I like the animation on the signature. And actually, let's just see the whole thing. Let's see the entire, yeah. Yeah, on hit. The squadron only appears on hit. So anyway, and yeah, just a really cool frame of all of them posing and everything, and yeah. I don't think I noticed anything else like huge that was lore wise as far as like the other sigs. I love these orb signatures, of course. So the orb neutral sig is just Garuda punching, like Rayman or Bayonetta style sort of a thing. I mean, Bayonetta is a better comparison, right? Using a fist of a larger entity. I love that. That's so cool. The side they show the side signature next, I think, which was the that was the motorcycle, if I'm not mistaken. The sort of Tron like motorcycle that we saw in that. Yeah, just kind of, and also like doing a bit of a turn at the end of that too on hit. I think that's cool. I didn't notice anything. Actually, let's see if we can get a good look at that cycle. See if there's any symbols on it or something. Okay, so we see Red Raptor symbol. There's like a green glow similar to what we see in Garuda's core. So maybe Garuda's core or something, allows this cycle to just be sort of created or whatever. The Tron-like glow to it, pretty cool. So just like Master Cycle 0 or whatever, can be, summoned and unsummoned at will. And then, of course, the down signature that people like to talk about is, oh gosh, here we go. Just a straight up stomp from Garuda, right? That's awesome. Just to show it one more time. There we go. Boom. So I think that's cool. Anyway, was there anything else? I think that was probably it for my analysis, basically. Overall, I love playing Orb and I enjoy playing Boots, so I'm very happy with this weapon combination. And yeah, I want to know what Red Raptor's been through. Oh, I should also point out that Red Raptor may not be an exciting name by itself. It sounds really cool, I think. But I think we should keep in mind that Red Raptor is part of a squadron. Red refers to the color that they have, and Raptor refers to, I don't know, maybe the motorcycle or some aspect of Garuda's design or whatever. And so with those other colors, there was yellow, white, blue, and purple. So that probably means that the other members of the squadron are yellow something, blue something, purple something, white something, right? And so I would love to know what the rest of the squadron names are and what the name of the whole squadron is as well. Hopefully we see that in the lore. But yeah, I'm very excited. I hope you are as well. So thank you very much, and I greatly anticipate the next patch in which we get to play around with Red Raptor and the power of Garuda and the power of like sticking to your guns even when it seems all is lost. So all the best. Take care.